Hey friends, welcome back to my studio. I'm going to paint a rabbit and a cat. This one was requested by my favorite son. So this reference photo and this reference photo is in the video's description. This is what I put together in Photoshop. I'm going to paint it on an 8" by 8" cradled wood panel. I've got gesso on it. It's 1.5 inches thick. And I'm going to use what I typically use and I call my primary colors. Okay, guys, let's have fun.
Let's set the table. I apologize about the sound. It should be better the next time I pop in. I ordered some stuff on Amazon to help with that. Always something, isn't it, guys? Okay, so I already changed my mind, but let's go through the colors. They're all Liquitex. They're all basics except for one. So Mars Black, Titanium White, Cad Yellow Medium Hue, Quinacridone Magenta, Phthalo Blue Green Shade. The Phthalo Blue Green Shade's a heavy body. I decided to put out Burnt Umber, and then I mixed some red in it for this. I'm putting down dirt, and I'm also putting down red because I have quite a bit of green in the background. I just think that's a good idea. I got that idea from Karen Margulis. She's a pastel painter here on YouTube. You can look her up. And I'm also going to use some raw sienna because both the cat and the rabbit have this color in it. So I said in the intro, I'm going to use primaries. I'm going to use primaries. So red, yellow, blue, plus burnt umber, plus raw sienna. I am using, oh gosh, this brush isn't that old. Well, and I guess I should say it hasn't been used that much. It kind of looks like it's a 1/2 inch. Oh, it's maybe a little more at the metal line. I guess it is about a 1/2 inch ankle brush from Royal and Langnickel. It's their Moderna line. And then I think this is a real easy way to handle. I don't want to talk about trees too much. I don't want to talk about the sky too much. I just went up and down. And I had the sky a little darker. I came back with some lighter blue, left the corner darker. And then it dried pretty quick. And then I have my gray or green because it's off in the distance. So colors, as you go off into the distance, I think you lose yellow first and then the reds. So I made this a gray or green back here. It's lighter and then darker. And I just smeared some green a little bit over the blue. So that we should talk about the mix. So I pulled over a lot of Cad Yellow, a pinch of black. You can slow down the time lapse and see it because I videoed it. And mixed this, it's lighter than an olive green. Pulled some of that over. Put a little blue in it and a little black in it. And I might even add a little more yellow and made a gray or green. I really like that. You can use out of the tube. I just really like the mix. I have a little bit of a horizon line here. I might paint it out, but it's definitely softer. Well, it's actually pretty soft over here if you look at the values. So I'm thinking this is more, this is upright, like trees, sky. This is ground. I do want it darker over here. I don't know. I don't know that it needs it. And I have the warmer yellows and greens in here. And then as I said when I started, I put in reddish dirt just to help balance out all the green. Okay, all with this brush. And I think that sets the table. I don't know that there's anything else to talk about, and Probably should stop since the sound probably isn't as good as it could be. Okay, guys, I'll be back in a bit. Hey guys, I thought I'd pop in. I had recorded a few thoughts yesterday. Oh, so there might be a bit of a larger jump in the time lapse because when I checked it today, there was no audio. So hopefully this is working. I laugh because it's like I really don't know why it's not working. And I don't know what I said. This is the next day. Other than what comes to mind is this is a mess. But I am pushing the color, finding the shapes, and just getting a layer down. And then while I had this dark gray-brown color, and it wasn't a very big puddle. I'm looking for the brushes I used. Sorry guys. Oh, there it is right there. So this dark brown gray color, I think it's still good. Oh yeah, it is. Yay. I painted little detail with this little round brush. It's a 0 from Artist Loft. I broke the other one I was using, but it's a very similar brush. It came in a pack like this. I don't know if they still sell that. I don't know how old this is. From Michael's, if you have a Michael's store near you. And then I'm also using, I'll say it's a 1/4 inch filbert. I'm all thrown off because my microphone isn't working. A filbert brush for some of the bigger areas. So this color is just brown plus black. This is brown plus some Quinacridone for a reddish brown. That's this background color down here. And then I just mix various colors of raw sienna. Sometimes I put red in it to get a different color from the raw sienna and white. This is raw sienna and white. Actually, those eyes could be in pretty good shape. They need a highlight, but I don't know yet. So I just thought I'd show you that it just doesn't look... It may look better on the video too. That'll smooth it. Here, maybe we can get even a little closer. And right now I don't like much about it. Well, the ear does go over on the side. But I also know I'm just getting a layer of paint down and trying to get the values right, but I probably won't. Oh, here's a thought. I don't think I said this last time. I'm going to have a glow or a light rim. So I'm wondering if I need to even go darker on some of the whiter areas. I'm puzzling it out, and I just thought I'd pop in and chat. Hopefully a couple of those comments help. I'll be back in a bit. Let's chat. So I've been working on this almost 3 hours today. I worked on it a little bit yesterday since the last time lapse. So we've got at least 3 hours in it. I think this would have been a little easier, larger because of the detail on the cat. The rabbit is easier in general if you want to just use that reference photo and paint the rabbit. And then what I've been doing is kind of taming down some of the color I had in the cat. I made the eyes darker. They actually look a little lighter in the reference photo to me, but it's in the shadow. So I do have a little dot of white here. I use this little round brush number 0 from Artist Loft. And I did put some straight up white. It won't be as white as I put a couple coats on it because it's fairly thin. I ended up outlining the nose a little bit, but not literally. I'll show you. We'll do a closer tour, which I like better. The nose on the reference photo, you kind of lose it on the cat. And I end up putting a little straight up quinacridone and white over what was there. So the color's showing through the pink, but I just a little bit of pink and a little bit of pink right there. I think that's the only place, and I don't know if you're gonna really notice it because while it's the only place, which is nice, it's not that strong. What else? The whiskers really help. So I made it's kind of like a Payne's gray. So it's titanium white, Mars black, and some phthalo blue. Whoops, and I just got my brush in it. And then I also have this putty color for whiskers. So these are kind of gray. This one's putty color. These are pretty much the gray too. And then where it crosses here, so this was kind of purpley, and I came back with the Payne's gray over the white triangle on the cat's chest. But where it came over and it didn't show, I just took some thicker straight up white and make it stronger. Now it's even a little stronger because I put another layer on there. Just pulled out some fur hairs here and there. Basically, round 2, I came back and refined everything. Just started with an eye or a nose, and I put a little white on this, even though there wouldn't be white in the shadow, but the color's underneath, and if you keep everything kind of thin, it won't be real strong. Hopefully that makes sense. Worked on the dandelion a little bit, but I really need to get more of the rabbit done. Okay, I pretty much used this brush. This is basically a number 4 round. It's a craft brush, but it's about that size. A number 4 round from Princeton. I use that for some a little bit bigger areas. Oh, I'm kind of missing the highlight or what I wanted to say. I had this warmer back here, green and brighter, but I wanted the glow on the cat to stand out more. So I had light in this and it just wasn't working. So I'm like, oh, if you can't go light enough and it's not working, well then go darker. So I went darker and cooler behind the cat. So then I get more of the rim lighting on the cat. Okay. Oh, I also forgot this. I've been working on it so long. So there's a little bit, I don't know if you'll even notice because of the time lapse, where I grabbed the wrong palette today. And then I was trying to use the right palette today and it was just so dried out. I missed it a little bit with water and I put another plate on top and I stick it in a gallon baggie, but sometimes the baggies, I use them over and over and over again. I don't know if it had a hole in it or I just didn't get it shut, but my palette was just way too dry to use. But that's what's really nice too, if you always use the same colors. And I always use cad yellow, well, not always, because you guys will catch me out too. I quite often use cad yellow, medium hue, Quinacridone, magenta, and phthalo blue green shade. So it's real easy to start a new palette. Real easy to mix the colors again. And if they're not exact and that bothers you, you can just use that color in other places in the painting. Like say this kind of blue-gray, if I can't get it again, you just use the new blue-gray that I mixed in the painting in a few places and it'll work great. Okay, I've been on top of this, so I'm still not crazy about the cat. I don't know if he or she's done. But like I like the nose better. I like that I brought up some of the values as well as darkened. Like I had more blue in here and I just kind of came back with some blue, some blacks and browns to soften the color. Okay, I think I've said everything here. So let's get a look at the cat's face. And the whiskers you can do in one swipe or you can do them in a bunch of little strokes. Whatever's easier for you. There's an even closer look. If you're on a big screen TV, I have no idea what that looks like. But now you can see the pink in the nose. You can see I did outline the nose. Some cats have that. But it's darker there, a little lighter there. I varied it. To me, the eyes, nose, usually the mouth, sometimes not the mouth, are the most important thing in a painting. Like this ear, I really didn't talk a ton about it. This goes over onto the side. This ear, when I say I talked about it, a little more detail and more attention to it. And then there's gonna be grasses and stuff going over. I'm gonna put some over here. But I'm working back to front. You know, the cat's behind the rabbit. The rabbit's gonna be behind some of the grasses. And then that didn't talk a ton about the cat's legs going. There's a paw, a little bit of a paw, hint of a paw. But you might not even pick up on that. Okay, I'm gonna show you the rabbit here. That rabbit eye could be done, it's pretty simple. Okay guys, hopefully some of those comments help. I'll be back tomorrow. Hey, I'm calling it done. I used, I think I used this little round number 0 brush for drawing in the dandelions and the stems. This one's darker, bigger, it's a little closer. That one hasn't bloomed or else it's done. I used this 1/2-inch angle brush from Royal and Langnickel. Like you would a calligraphy pen. You know, skinny and then fatter, swipe, swipe. And then it makes fun little petals. I don't know what kind of flowers. Maybe they're clover. I don't know. They're just fun flowers. And I just made them green because it's a fairly busy, it's a portrait, but it's fairly busy. And then I wanted them to be cool because they're in the shade. What else? I emphasized the purple a little bit more in the rabbit. I had purple in the cheek and it got painted out and I put some purple back in. So I put some purple in the ear just to give it a little more color. I think that's about it. I like the little bit of the red that pokes through because there's so much green. I like that. I think that looks nice. You can pretty much use this. It looks fairly square when I get up on my tippy toes and look at my phone. Take a screenshot from that. And then I linked the 2 reference photos in the video's description. I think that's about it, guys. They're adorable. That's really fun. I love animals. They're really fun. Oh, here, I did paint onto the sides. Before I show you that, maybe I should talk a little bit about, so that cat face took, which is fine, took a lot of time because there's just so much detail in the different color changes. The rabbit was much quicker. But so this green is cad yellow and a little Mars black. This green is cad yellow, some phthalo blue, and some Mars black. So you can see it's cooler and leans more towards a Christmas green. This is more of an olive green, just in case you were wondering. That's burnt umber, that's raw sienna. And the purple, you start with your quinacridone or your red to make the purple and then add the blue. Usually the blues are stronger. Okay. I think that does it. I'll show you the sides. So I did paint, let's see if you can see it because it's gonna be pretty close. I did paint onto the sides, not a ton, just some marks really. And the bottom you'll be able to see, I think. Just toned down the reddish color. Carried some of the green swipes over, but not a ton. And then here, over here. Okay, guys, let me know if you give this one a try. You can just paint one of the reference photos if that interests you. You don't have to put them both together. I super appreciate your support. I could not be a full-time artist without you. Great big happy art hugs, and I hope to chat with you soon. Bye, guys.